Yo, what's up guys, Bajheera here. Now we've got a brand spanking new and pretty cool idea for the YouTube channel that I think you guys are gonna like. I plan on going over various bits and pieces of gaming news, WoW news, whatever, and sharing it with you guys in a relatively short video format, just so you guys can see what's going on, hear my thoughts, and I'd love to hear your thoughts as well. So this first one hits pretty near and dear to my heart. They are some hot fixes for World of Warcraft, Classic Hardcore in particular. Basically, there are certain NPCs that could put you in PvP flag state, which will no longer do that. But not all of them. As you guys know, this is near and dear to my heart, as if you haven't seen it yet, my first ever death in Classic WoW Hardcore was related to getting PvP flagged by a guard. It was pretty funny. You guys should check it out. It's on the channel. So the hotfix is, there are particular NPC dwarves in Dunmotor. I actually just quested through this, and it was reported that they could flag you for PvP once he throws his dynamite. And it's really funny because I've actually heard people on the stream mention this as well. This has now been fixed, and players can no longer be flagged from this event. Those little dwarf guys with their dynamite cannot flag you for PvP, which is interesting because I wonder if it could flag Alliance, because I don't know if Horde would be doing that. But anyway, yeah, you don't want to get flagged for PvP from your own guards, that's for sure. However, they also stated that they do not intend to change other NPC characteristics that could cause you to flag yourself. For example, running a little bit too close to the Horde guards in a Splinter Tree post. But who would do that? Anyway, here's exactly what they said about that. These NPCs, meaning the dwarves and Dunmotor, had a very small chance to hit you and flag you. Nonetheless, we do not intend to make changes to the general behavior of enemy faction guards in Hardcore. Players who wish to avoid being flagged for PvP should avoid enemy faction settlements, like Splinter Tree post, I imagine, and quest labeled PvP in the quest log. Basically, that's what happened to me. Again, if you guys haven't seen the video yet, be sure to go check it out. It's actually pretty hilarious. It's my only death in Hardcore so far, but it was a good one. I got a little too close to a guard, he hit me, I got flagged for PvP, and then somebody who was keeping an eye on me on the enemy faction decided to go ahead and put me down, so pretty funny. But yeah, so they do want to change the dwarves that can PvP flag you, but they're not really interested in changing other mechanics and other NPCs that can, so fair enough. Another interesting change that is related to PvP in Hardcore Classic are the String of Ears buff after winning a Muck-Garah. So basically, what happens is, if you challenge someone to a duel to the death, which you can do in Hardcore Classic, and you win, you get a cosmetic reward called String of Ears after killing another player in Muck-Garah duel to the death. Nothing on the character appearance changes. There's just a buff symbol of an ear, and they stack. Everyone will see it, and if they target you and look at you, they can see your buff. They're like, oh dang, this guy's legit. He's killed somebody in a duel. Before, the buff would go away after your character died, but now the buff has been fixed and persists through death. So I guess they can look at your ghost and see that you've killed somebody. The original minimum level requirement to get this buff was level 10, but someone by the name of Azalon mentioned that this would be very easy for friends to level up and help their one friend stack buffs before continuing their journey. This seems true to me. So, during the PTR, Blizzard fixed this by increasing the minimum level to 19 in order to get the buff, so that people would not be willing to simply throw away a character in a duel to the death because of the time they've invested. I think level 19 is a pretty different investment than level 10, so it makes sense. As of now, it seems that the minimum level to get this buff is still 19. Once you get an ear, the buff stays with your deceased character, which is interesting. I guess this helps keep a record of the in the WoW Classic database for anyone wanting to make an add-on that would show the records regarding PvP and HC. Oh, that's neat. So, yeah, I see that the buff stays in your character. A database sort of scrubbing add-on can see how many kills you've had, even if you did eventually die. That's actually really cool. And then the player Azalon went on to push the self-found format by trying to limit trading with other players, to which Blizzard responded, "We think player agency here is the most important thing, and a no-trade mod is not something we're looking at enforcing for all players baseline with no ability to opt out of." That is my personal preference. I feel like solo self-found should be like a personal choice. I played the hardcore add-on mode of Classic, and the solo self-found just, it was kind of, didn't really feel good to me playing an MMO where you couldn't group up, you couldn't trade, you couldn't use the auction house, you couldn't make like money that way, and you couldn't even use like a bank alt. So I personally prefer having the ability to group, trade, non-SSF, but I'm also interested in hearing what you guys have to say. So I think it's awesome that Blizzard has done Hardcore Classic. I think it's great that they're actually supporting it with like patches and discussion and cool stuff, like making it so that people can track how many people have the most Muck-Garah wins even after they're dead. So some pretty cool stuff coming out of Hardcore Classic. If you guys enjoyed this kind of video, like kind of like a quick to the point news update stuff from me, then make sure you show it some love in the likes and the comments. Also be sure to follow the YouTube, Twitter, Instagram, TikToks that you'll see in the description. Show my sponsors some love. And we'll see you guys next time. Peace.